Okay, let's continue. A long moonlit corridor. The sounds of the night after the residents of all have fallen asleep. How nostalgic. I should have walked down a path like this before. Wandering in a daze and paying no heed to my surroundings, I begin to climb the stairs. This place is a blind spot in the mansion. The staircase doesn't just connect to the first floor to the second. Behind it is a secret passage that leads to the attic. It has long been forgotten, even by the residents. The mansion attic, once used as a storehouse, hasn't been accessed by anyone for several years. Despite only being October, tonight is as cold as the middle of winter. I search through the luggage for a blanket. An old cabinet catches my attention, so I open worn out drawer to look inside. There is nothing but small insignificant things inside. The drawer barely has anything in it. I feel disappointed, as if I had opened a treasure chest only to find a few pebbles scattered inside. There are bandages, accessories, binoculars, and other miscellaneous items collected by the children lying around. Among them lies one item that clearly stands apart from the others. It's a dirty bandage stored in a transparent plastic case. It's neatly rolled up, but too old to be of any use. There is nothing here. Closing the drawer, I decide to go back to my room. As I am leaving the attic, I notice my cheeks are wet for some reason. I wonder. Maybe there was a time when I used this place as a kid. At some point, you understood you do not dream. What you are seeing now is the price of an all too real past. Or perhaps it's a form of introspection as self-reproach. A frame of both present and future in the form of a lucid dream. You do not dream. Even now, I am not here. Tono Shiichi does not know what it means to dream. Even now, I don't know how you. And that's why this story must now come to an end. Unentered and unexisting, you are dreaming of a story that has already passed. Much as the snow falls, much as the waves break, much as the moon wanes, refrain, 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 refrain. I heard an unfamiliar voice. My deeply sunken consciousness awakens.
朝です。お目覚めの時間です。四季様。
Like I said, please don't call me Shiki-sama. I could have sworn I told you yesterday it makes me uncomfortable. After opening my eyes, I grabbed my glasses from the nightstand and put them on. Immediately, the anomalies fade away. I lift myself up of bed to try and shake off my sluggishness. Where am I?
おはようございます。四季様。
The girl in the maid uniform bows.
あ、そうか。遠野の家に戻ってきたんだっけ。
はい。昨日はお疲れだったと存じます。
This is standing stiffly attention in front of the door, eyeing me as I get my bearing. It's almost as if she were just a well-made statue. Perhaps it's because I slept in an unfamiliar room, but my mind is completely vacant. It's a fault my thoughts are obscured by fog.
四季様。
Hisui calls out to me. I shake my head vigorously to wake myself up.
おはよう、翡翠。わざわざ起こしてくれてありがとう。
そのようなお言葉は不要です。四季様をお起こしするのが私の役割ですから。
Hisui replies nonchalantly. I feel a faint sense of unease, or that I'm somehow unworthy of this gesture. If she were half as cheerful as Kohaku-san, she'd be a force to be reckoned with, wouldn't she? Well, that's just how she is. So, shouldn't be holding it against her?
何かご用でしょうか。
As if she noticed my gaze, Hisui looked straight back at me.
いや、なんでもない。翡翠の顔を見て、ここが遠野の屋敷なんだって実感しただけだよ。
I get up from the bed and then pause for a second. It's just before 7 in the morning. It's a little earlier than usual to be up.
着替えてから下に行く。 今じゃなくて食堂に行けばいいのか？
はい、食堂においでください。朝食の支度ができていますので。
わかった。ありがとう。
Hisui bows and leaves the room. I head down to the first floor lobby. I said I get changed, but only my shirt and underwear are fresh. The rest of my school uniform is the same as I had on yesterday. The dining room is right at the entrance to the west wing. If you stand in the lobby, the dining room is the large room to your left, directly opposite it. Across the stairs is the living room in the west wing.
おはようございます、四季さん。早速朝食をご用意しますね。
Kwaku-san is waiting for me in the dining room. She called me Shiki-san. Shichi-san. Hisui must have mentioned what I said to her last night. Hisui is adamant about using sama, but Kohaku-san seems to be more flexible about it. It really highlights the difference in their personalities. Kohaku-san serves the food quickly and efficiently. It's a pure captivating Japanese-style breakfast, following by the one soup, 3 dishes rule. However,
しまった。昨日のうちに言っておくべきだった。
もしかして苦手なものが入っていました？四季さん、カブはお嫌いですか？
いえ、好き嫌いはあまりない方だと自負してますけど、なんていうか。
there is a bit too much. I'm already a light eater at the best of times, but in the morning I can barely stomach anything. If I try to eat all the food that had been served to me, I will start getting heartburn and lose my appetite. I'm feeling good this morning, so I think I can probably eat half a bowl, but then I'm not feeling well. But I sometimes put my chopstick down after a single bite.
そうですか。小食だとは伺っておりましたので、これでも控えめにしてみたのですけど、ダメですか？
すみません。事故の後遺症のようなもので、こればかりはどうしようもないというか。でもすごく美味しそうなのはわかります。この朝食は完璧ですね。
I babble frantically, try to express just how much I really do appreciate it. It's not her fault at all, so I can let my selfishness ruin the meal she prepared.
とにかくいただきます。残してしまったらごめんなさい。
いえ、お気になさらず。私もこの道のプロですもの。四季さんの適量を測らせていただきますから。では、どうぞ召し上がれ。お口に合わないようでしたら遠慮なく言ってくださいましね。
ごちそうさまでした。大変美味しかったです。
I put my hands together and thank her. Kohaku-san breakfast was perfect in both appearance and taste. It was elegant and lightly seasoned fare, but still had enough to kick into it to stimulate my appetite. An average high school boy wouldn't gone for a second helping without hesitation.
けどすみません。せっかく用意してくれたのに残してしまって。
いいんです。先にお話を聞いておかなかった私の失敗ですから。それに十分嬉しゅうございます。四季さん、本当に美味しそうに召し上がってくれるんですもの。この日のために腕を磨いていた甲斐があったというものです。
Kohaku-san smiles at me. I think she's got it backward. I'm the one who should be pleased, especially after seeing a face like that.
いけません。もうこんな時間です。どうぞ私にお構いなく今の方に行ってくださいな。あちらで食後のお茶を用意いたしますから。あまり四季さんを独占していますと後が恐ろしゅうございますし。
How they say, breakfast is best served with a smile. I think it was a quote in Umineko. It's 7:20 a.m. I should be getting ready for school. I thank her once again for the meal and leave the dining room. In the living room, I find Akiha and Isui. Akiha's uniform is from a famous school for young ladies called Asagami Private Girl Academy.
よう、おはよう、アキハ。
おはようございます、兄さん。今朝は起床時間が遅かったようですが、まあよしとしましょう。初日につきよく寝つけなかったということにしておきます。
The word blunt comes to mind. I swallow the words. I was actually up earlier than usual and sit down on the sofa.
スイ、兄さんに食後の紅茶を。私ももう一杯いただきます。かしこまりました。四季様、お砂糖はお入れしますか？
ああ、うん。じゃあ一つだけ。
So begins the awkward part of the morning. Isui sets the teacup on the table, then goes back to the waiting room by the wall. I silently take a sip of the dark red tea and wait. What is this flavor?
めちゃくちゃうまい。苦いのに甘い。複雑なのに喉越しがすっきりしていて、そもそも香りがこうクリスマスっぽい。
It tastes like Christmas. I never heard of it. I don't know what I'm saying, but that's just how shocked I am. I learned last night of the grandeur of the Tono residence, and this tea is no exception.
今朝はマリアージュのエスプリドノエルですね。 紅茶の名店といえばイギリスですが、こちらはフランスの名店です。創業そのものは1850年頃、日本に上陸したのはつい最近。15年ほど前だからメジャーではないものの、品質に問題はありません。
England bringing the Christmas spirit with tea.
クリスマスという表現は曖昧すぎて評価しづらいですけど、不思議とニュアンスは伝わりますね。
Akia is smiling proudly. I guess she enjoying my surprise.
お値段もお手頃だそうですし、庶民派な兄さんに合わせてみた甲斐がありました。上質の葉には黄金に等しい価値があると勉強になりましたか？
The lordly Akiha is looking down on me as if I were some kind of pathetic, primitive man. Even her gesture when placing the teacup on the saucer is elegant. But unfortunately, she's right. This tea is the real deal. I mean, what the hell I have been drinking the afternoon all this time? I can really see how you could start a trading company or two off the back of something like this. If you were around in the era without much other entertainment, I would also be desperately trying to get my hands on it. About 10 minutes passed by. Akia and I didn't exchange any more words. We simply enjoyed our tea. Every now and again our guests would meet, but neither of us could come up with anything to talk about, and so each time we just went back to staring at our teacups. I'll be honest, it was awkward as hell. Even so, I think it was time well spent. It's not something I can say I had been left to my own devices until just recently, but just seeing Akia spending her time like this in peace gave me an indescribable feeling. Is that relief I feel? Whatever it is, I can't help but be happy that she's in front of me right now. While I was immersed in the small sense of satisfaction, I heard a strange sound coming from the hallway.
大改造大恋愛。
Please don't imply a romance between siblings.
乱雑乱暴最後に乱心。スタンピードに地獄行き。
The inane offbeat humming I can hear through the wall grows closer and closer.
Hi, good morning.
Hello, miss.
トシちゃんたらおはようちゃん。
Having dramatically thrown open the door, a woman with an appearance as outlandish as her arrival barges into the living room. A leather jacket that stops on the step short of covering her underwear, and a tight leather skirt. Her unusually long hair is arranged without rhyme or reason. She doesn't seem to have any makeup on, but her lips are strangely alluring. Her hair is reddish blonde, which combined with her tall stature makes her seem like a foreigner. As far as I can see from her exposed chest and waist, she has an excellent figure. The woman who just arrived were a very embodiment of mature adult femininity, the sort of person you will expect to see flying on a beach in the middle of summer, instead of inside an anachronistic western style building like this. Well, if it weren't for the oddly fitting lab coat.
おはようございます、アラク先生。今日は何のご用でしょう。定期診断は昨日のはずでしたが。いやー、昨日はちょっと乗り気になれなくて、夕日を見てたらムラっと来ちゃって、調査ほっぽり出して街に飛び出したのよ。まあ率直に言えばサボりなんで、今日こそきちんとお仕事したくて朝からやってきたわけ。あ、メイドちゃん、私にも紅茶プリーズ。砂糖は4さじないし5さじ、気分的には6さじみたいな。
The woman in the white coat strolled into the living room. Naturally, her eyes meet mine as I sit there on the sofa.
あれあれれあれれれれお
She's staring at me intently, as if she came to an understanding after roughly observing me. The woman seemed to smile mischievously. 'Do we know each other?'
何これ、どうしちゃったら私を笑い殺す作戦できたわけ。それすごい。デッドマストで A 点出まくり。ツボだわ。文句ですかっつーのこの屋敷。もう殺すとか殺されるとか悲劇に突っ走る気満々じゃない。
She doubled over with laughter. LOL. There was nothing I could do about frown. But with this high-spirited person, Ahia calls her sensei, but
アラク先生、兄さんに紹介をしてもよろしいでしょうか。
as if she couldn't stand the sight of me being so lost, Hakia clears her throat and chides the woman in the white lab coat.
紹介って私のこと？それともしきちゃん？いいわよ、そんな無駄なこと。しきちゃんのことなら脇久くんから聞いてるし。しきちゃんだって私みたいなよそ者の事情なんて興味ないでしょ。つうかそんな解消があるならトウシちゃんに向けてあげろって話。
Makisa-kun? Help, please. So she's acquaintance of our father?
そうそう、私はもともと気ままなデラシネ、風に漂う砂しの雲みたいな女だったんだけど、牧久くんとはちょっと縁があって、行くところがないならうちで一緒に暮らさないかとかクールに口説かれちゃったわけ。でも残念、牧久くんはちょっとタイプじゃないんで、あっさり
って断って今はトシちゃんのお友達なのかしら。
Searching for confirmation, I shot a glance over at Akia. It takes a lot of courage to talk to this woman.
ええ、荒木先生はお父様の大学時代の後輩です。今は父の友人として私の相談役になってもらっています。
私その呼び方嫌い。はかせ。私のことは親しみと愛情を込めて荒く博士って呼んでくれなきゃ博士泣いちゃう。
Instead of crying, Miss Arak smiles in laugh. However, even if she does so, her eyes remain glued to my face, as they have been ever since she came into this room.
どうぞ、荒木様。お茶が入りました。
Isu intervenes. Without reading the mood, no, without being affected by it, she neutralized the tension created by Miss Arash.
もうメイドちゃんったらほんとメイドの鏡ね。
She's sulking because she was interrupted. That's a strong gulp. With one hand on her hip, she drinks the sugar-filled tea in one big, hearty gulp, as if chugging a sports drink.
おう、ナイスシュガー。糖分が五臓六腑に染み渡るっていうか、子宮とか卵巣にキュッと溶けいっちゃってたまんない。ラブ入ってきた。じゃ、定期診断に行ってきます。大浴場の空調がおかしいんでしょ。分かってる分かってる。ささっとチェックして、ついでに4クラスターとか足してみましょう。
With a high-pitched laugh, Arach crossed the living room, her head toward to the hallway. However, as she touches the doorknob, the woman turns to me and says,
よろしくね、しきちゃん。よそ者同士仲良くしましょう。これからいろいろあるでしょうけど。
As fellow freeloaders, yes, we can.
もう本当にどうしようもなくなったら、ダメ元で私に相談しにいらっしゃい。
The unwanted guest walks away, humming the same tune as when she arrived. An inexpressible silence enveloped the living room.
なあ、アキハ。
荒木先生については私もよくは知りません。お父様の遺言の関係で屋敷本館への出入りと手入れを一任されている方です。お父様は建築家として重宝をなさっていたとか。ご本人曰く建築業は副業だそうですが。
Yet still no TV or internet. Akia's declaration is curt. She cut me off before I could even ask what's with her. It's clear from her attitude that she won't be answering any question.
失礼いたしますね。明葉様、そろそろ登校のお時間。おや、何やら緊迫した雰囲気ですね。ははーん、 朝から無理難題を言って早速四季さんを怯えさせてしまったのですか？
あなたね、早速とは何ですか？早速とは。第一、私は理不尽な決まり事は口にしません。常識的な範囲でのお願いをするだけです。
She's impressed by Akia's statement. It's only the second day, but I think I'm starting to understand the relationship between these two.
それでは私は学校に向かいます。兄さん、昨夜も言いましたが、門限は厳守するように。昨夜のニュースはご覧になっていますか？
Yes, 8 o'clock p.m.
なってないよ。携帯電話は誰かに取り上げられたからね。理不尽気味に。
そうですか。では明日から朝刊を居間に用意させます。早めに起床し、一日のニュースに目を通すといいでしょう。
I missed reading the newspaper. There you have it. My attempt at sarcasm was instantly deflected by her impregnable bearing.
ニュースによると、昨夜宗谷駅北口で不老者の遺体が発見されたそうです。栄養失調による凍死とも出血による衰弱死とも報道されています。
Have you ever heard of vampires?
真相はどうあれ、このところ繁華街の治安は良くないようです。そんな時に出歩いてくだらない事件に巻き込まれては遠野家の恥ですから。学校が終わり次第、日が落ちる前に屋敷に戻ることを心がけてください。
After reminding me of the curfew, Akia leaves the living room. But before sunset means I have to be back by 6 o'clock. Was the curfew set at 8? Oh gosh. The clock in the living room reads 7:30 a.m. I can just about make it to school in half an hour, but will Akia be able to get there on time? I think Asagami private girls academy is quite a ways from here.
四季さん、四季さん、聞こえますか？そう、あなたです。秋葉様の容赦ない仕打ちに打ちひしがれ、絶望に膝を折っているあなたに話しかけています。
What on earth is she doing? She's hiding behind the sofa, beckoning for me to come closer.
聞こえていますけど、何ですか、琥珀さん。
違います。私は使用人であって使用人ではない曖昧な存在なので、これをあなたにお返しするのです。
Are all living in these mansion nutcases? Kwaku-san furtively takes off a phone from the sleeves of her kimono. Oh, it's my phone that Akia confiscated last night.
いいんですか？
You are my favorite nutcase.
はい。でも秋葉様には内緒ですよ。見つからないように注意してくださいね。あと屋敷内で使うのもお控えください。まあ電波の通りがあまり良くないので使いたくても使えないとは思いますが。
琥珀さん。
Maybe there is some goodwill in this mansion after all. I took the phone and quickly took it into the inner pocket of my uniform.
あとはこちらもどうぞ。正門の認証カードです。ブザーを押していただければ私の方でロックを解除しますが、警備室まで行くのにどうしても時間がかかってしまいますので、ご面倒とは存じますが、お急ぎの時はこちらで正門の鍵を開けていただければ助かります。
A keycard for the main gate. I suspect for Tono residents, the security is excellent.
それでは私は明葉様をお見送りしてきます。後のことは翡翠ちゃんにお任せしますね。
はい、いってらっしゃい、姉さん。
Koko-san leaves, following after Hakia.
四季様のお時間はよろしいのですか？
ああ、ここから学校まで歩いても30分だからね。今7時半だろ。途中でちょっと走れば間に合うよ。でも気にかけてくれてありがとう、翡翠。
Seemingly satisfied with my explanation, Hisui nods.
それでは外までお見送りいたします。
ああ、うん、どうも。
Yeah, I still can't get over how embarrassing it is to have my own maid. Hisui urges to me to get up from the sofa. Despite an unexpected visitor, my first morning here is 7 years past without incident. Hisui sees me off as I leave the ground of the mansion. The Ono residence is located on the edge of the city, atop a hill some distance from the station. The hill is flanked by a forest that is rather out of the place in a urban area. Depending on how we look at it, the Ono residence could be seen as a gate built at the entrance to that forest. From here to the school is a little over a 30-minute walk that crosses over the station. If I hurry, I can make it in time for the morning homeroom. I walk down the long slope. I always took the train from the Harima house to Soya station, so it's my first time going to school by this route. I feel like a new student, even though only my route has changed. It seems like only a few people from this neighborhood attend Susoya High School. It's 7:30 in the morning. As I jog down the street, I don't spot anyone else wearing a school uniform. Unlike the south side of the station yesterday, the north side is crowded with commuters. Their white-collar employee insists hurrying this way and that, just like always. The disturbing news of recent events seems to have had no effect on them. Either or they do feel a little uneasy, but it's still not enough for them to deviate from their daily routine. Either way, the city hasn't changed. Ariko said that he avoids going out at night, but I guess not everyone can trust and follow their instincts as he does. I keep going past the station and into the residential district. The only people you see on the street now are students in school uniform. I check my phone and see that I have 5 minutes left before the school gate close. Not wanting to be late, I ran down the asphalt road, keeping an eye out for cars. Just as I told Hisui, it took me about 30 minutes to reach the school gates from the mansions. I ran a couple times along the way, so if I want to head to school at a leisurely pace, I should leave the mansion before 7:30. There is no sign of Eriko in the classroom. It seems like he really did come to school early yesterday on a whim. I head to my desk, greeting the classmates I am friendly with along the way. I use the remaining couple of minutes before homeroom starts to sit in my chair and check my phone. I read this morning's news. I scan through the school bulletin board, created by a group of young teachers, and an anonymous student bulletin board, created by a group of volunteers. There aren't threads that catch my attention. I idly look up and see that most of the students in the classroom are spending their time the same way. The teachers who are over 30 say that today's students seem to have no friends in real life. Of course, it's an outdated misconception, one that's unique to people from the previous generation. It's just that dependence on the internet and dependence on friends in front of you become equivalent. It's not like the people in our class don't get along. School used to be a place where you could only make friends inside the classroom. There was a little connection to the outside world. Good times. It's different now. You can find as many friends as you want. The atmosphere in the classroom doesn't have to be homey. As long as it's not unpleasant, it's fine. Thanks to how sophisticated the internet has become, the knowledge gap between generations has narrowed. Even though some people have accumulated more material goods than others, we seem to have even out in terms of lifestyles. Adults say that we lack enthusiasm, dreams and hope, but that's just the way it is. Something that never change. The world is a lot smaller these days. Even elementary school students know how close in our society has become. This is why it's getting harder and harder to dream about the future, to accept the world through one's filter. That's what sharing knowledge is all about. The more the library of knowledge expands, the smaller and smaller will be the lives of the individual who browse it. In the past, humans aimed for the horizon to feel the unknown. Now there is no need to do so. There is no need to go anywhere. People are free as they can be, but they also have no reason to step out of their narrow boxes. I think that's what the depressing sense of being trapped in the classroom, school and city is all about. But hey, despite how much I've been patrolling on with this pretentious analysis, it's ultimately all just my own thoughts. I don't feel like I'm trapped, nor do I feel like I'm closed in, fatigued, or dissatisfied with society. Not at all. All I have is the natural desire to enjoy each and every day as much as possible. It would be a mistake for such a simple-minded person to talk about the complication of society. The homeroom bell rings, interrupting my contemplation. The students who were milling around chatting returning to their seats. I put my phone away and refocus. It's the second day since I returned to the Tonos residence, and school is about to start. It's been 3 minutes since homeroom started. Yama sensei replacement hasn't arrived yet. The classroom is buzzing and order is breaking down. To be more specific, students are all over the place. Everyone in the class is of the mindset that if we were going to be left alone, we may as well just mess around until first period start. 1 more minute. We all give it just 1 more minute. Right as we were coming to an unspoken agreement to do whatever we wanted once the minute was up, the door swings open.
はーい、皆さん静かに静かに。ホームルームを始めますよ。
The lively atmosphere in the room instantly settles down. The teacher who walked into the classroom is someone I never seen before. I mean, she's clearly not even Japanese, and she looks more like a university student than a teacher, not who we would expect at all.
あれ？何かしらこの空気。皆さん揃ってカチンコチンになっちゃってるけど。
Because you are the new teacher?
何？私ったらバジ系女子？ああ、いけない。ちょっと例えがマイナーよね。日本風に言うとリング系女子？でも先生、名前は貞子じゃないんだけど。
I frown. Is that reference also a bit dated? At any rate, it doesn't seem to bother her. With a carefree attitude, the mysterious woman gets up behind the podium and clear her throat deliberately.
はじめまして。富山先生が転任なされたので、その代行としてやってきた新任の藍染ノエルです。1ヶ月だけのお付き合いになりますが、皆さんよろしくお願いします。担当学科は体育と英語。好きな食べ物はモンブラン。もらって嬉しいプレゼントは現金ないしウェブマネーで、 NG ワードはペットショップ。質問は随時受け付けますので、遠慮なくアタックしてください。
I can totally not follow her. A jumble of crashing and banging sounds echoed through the classroom. It was the sound of the boys as they unconsciously rose from their chairs after receiving a wink from Noel Sensei. Even I have to admit, I'm a little taken it in as well. It's not like she's exceptionally beautiful or anything. But because of that there is this, sense that she's still waiting or reaching that gets your hopes up. Maybe it's because she's only slightly older than us. How convenient. But she's just overflowing with some kind of undescribable charm. Basically, I caught up with the basic joke. What I'm getting it is that she has this something to her, similar to a fluffy meringue, which is enough to stir up the desires of a high school boy.
質問です。ノエル先生はおいくつなんでしょうか。それよりどこにお住まいなんでしょうか。休みの過ごし方とか趣味が知りたいです。つうか、好きな高校生のタイプは誰ですか。
Immediately, a barrage of questions erupts from the boys. These topics are usually discussed in an anonymous forum, but the guys who were hit by her wink couldn't even wait for that. The girls stare at them coldly with a gaze that says boys are pathetic, but feverish boys couldn't care less about the scorn of their fed-up classmates.
トビウオみたいな反応ありがとう。年齢はどうせ女子の皆さんが暴いちゃうだろうから言っちゃうと25歳。住まいは2駅隣の賃貸マンション。好きなタイプは大人の頭の文系男子。趣味は日曜教会でお手伝いをしています。隣町の教会だから興味があったらお祈りに来てくれると先生嬉しいな。
教会？何先生、シスターなの？っていうか趣味でシスターやってるんですか？
ええ、私の国じゃそう珍しいことじゃありません。まだまだボランティアレベルで悩める子羊の告白を解決してあげてるだけですけど。
The boys are stunned by an exceptionally excellent response. I too I'm a bit intrigued by the novelty of the word nun. Meanwhile, the girls are silently fiddling with their phones. I casually check our anonymous bulletin board for students. Like, what? God, both are so stupid. Is she that pretty? Seriously? I mean, please copy all French somewhere else. Hello? I'm all French. I mean, like, honestly, isn't she being like way too forward? There you have it. The girls are unabashedly posting some really nasty stuff on the forum. Girls be girls. And so our class morphed into a strange dimension where people are divided by simple criteria of girl or boy. In other words, we have returned to the Stone Age of middle school, where girls and boys urges by hurling childish insults like boys are jerk and girls are annoying. Good times. Not since I watched it all unfold. A soft smile on her face.
この子たち、頭の程度は大丈夫なのかしら。
A new teacher makes a questionable remark. You haven't seen the worst? The atmosphere in the classroom is starting to be a bit much for me, so I look away. As I do, I make eye contact with Yumizuka. She must not be feeling it either, because she looks as bored as I am. What's gotten into everyone? The classroom is a buzz. What seems set to be a peaceful day has taken an unexpected turn. Morning classes are over. The air in the classroom is more turbulent than usual. As for why, first period is taught by Noel Sensei, and the enmity between the boys and the girl is starting to bubble to the surface. Apparently she has been branded persona non grata by the girls. Anyway, it's lunchtime. Most students have gone to the cafeteria of the school store. The only one left in the classroom are a group of girls, including Yumizuka. Of course we save. Well, since we are already embarking on the CL route, I guess we'll meet her again in the hallway. And there she is. As soon as I step into the hallway, I run into a familiar upperclassman.
あれ、どうしたんですか、先輩。2年の教室に何か用事でも？
はい、もちろんです。 正確に言うと2年生の教室にではなく2年生の特定のある人物になのですが、
Ciel senpai thrusts up to me, a broad smile on her face.
先ほど購買部で大変良い新商品を購入したのですが、調子に乗って買いすぎてしまいまして。一人では食べきれないので、暇そうなお話し相手を捕まえに来たところなのです。
はあ、捕まえに来たですか。
I don't see many students around with time on their hands. But anyone will making time if senpai invited them out somewhere. Heck, there'd be a queue. Anyway, putting that aside,
先輩、2年生の教室に来ちゃダメですよ。上級生なんだから。誘うなら3年のクラスメイトを誘ってください。その方が会話も弾むでしょう。
そうなんですけど、今日は年下の男の子とお話がしたい気分なんです。なんとなくなので理由は聞かないでください。
as she speaks, senpai quickly closes the distance between us.
というわけで、遠野くん、お暇ですか？
ええ、それはまあ。
It's why I came here in the first place.
これから昼食を取るだけですけど。
それじゃあ捕まえました。2人で仲良く食べましょう。素敵な食事と一緒に遠野くんの時間もいただきですね。
A smile on her face, she tugs softly on my sleeves. It's such an insignificant gesture, but it carries a mysterious coercion that I feel utterly powerless to resist. We go out to the courtyard. Autumn is beginning to straighten the hold over the weather. Even though the sun is out, it's a little chilly. One second, I need a glass of water.今日は珍しくベンチが空いています。さすがついてますね、遠野くん。 Senpai skips over to one of the benches and sits down. I follow her example. I get a seat next to her at a respectful distance.
それで購買部の新商品って何なんですか？ 1 年前に姿を消したカニクリームコロッケロール。
They really did have a delicacy like that on the menu back in the day. They were so expensive they were discontinued after the first week, but a lot of students are still holding out hope they'll make a comeback.
それはですね、
Senpai is positively beaming as she places the paper bag on her lap. Reaching inside, she pulls out 4 stuffed buns.
じゃーん、購買部の仕入れルートに進言すること早1週間、ついに本格ベーカリーのアイテム販売が実現したのです。
The objects threatening to spill from her hand are stout, oval-shaped buns. The outside has been fried to a crisp dark brown and still glistening with oil. All 4 of them appear to be the exact same size and shape. They are, beyond a shadow of doubt, a freshly fried curry buns.
この生まれたばかりと見まごう焼き加減、1個300円と割高ですが、学生の税ここに極まったと言っても過言ではないでしょう。はい、どうぞ遠野くん、特別に半分お分けしますから遠慮なく。遠野くん？
いや、先輩、これさ。
There are curry buns they sell at the famous bakery in front of the station, aren't they?
Why?
What does she mean, why? I don't know what to say to that. Are you sure you are from Earth if this doesn't make you happy? Look, she's giving me.
昨日もそうだったけど、先輩、辛いの好きなの？
Oh my gosh. Not her too. For some reason, I specifically avoid asking, do you like curry?
でも辛ければ好きというわけではなくてですね、特定の味付けが大変美味しく感じるというか、そうですね、いくら好きでも4つ全部同じ味というのはちょっと考えなしでしたね。
Good. At least you seem to understand that it's slightly strange behavior.
でもわかりますよ。好きなものってちょっと多いぐらい買い込んでおかないと不安になりますからね。それじゃお言葉に甘えて遠慮なく。
I pick up one of the curry buns spread over on Senpai's lap and bring it to my mouth.
いただきます。外はカリカリ、パンは油が染みてほのかに甘く、中の具はしっかり詰まってる。美味しい。本当に美味しいですね、先輩。
I don't eat this kind of food very often, so it's a welcome change. I used to avoid fried buns because of their high oil content, but they are very tasty if enjoyed in moderation.
でも先輩、お腹は大丈夫ですか？カレーと揚げパンって胃にもたれますよ。女の子にはきついのではないかと。
そうなんですか？私はこの後体育ですから問題なく消化できちゃうと思います。はい。
It's not good to eat heavy before gym. Exactly. If you're going to be running around later, will you want to eat something a little easier to digest? I'm not entirely sure what she's basing her logic on here.
体が丈夫なのだけが取り柄ですから、私。あ、それよりお茶ですよね。麦茶でいいですか、遠野くん。
ういっせー、やっぱり日本人は麦茶っすよね。あった余ったカレーパンゲット
It's no wonder the Super Senpai is surprised. I don't know when he managed to sneak up behind us, but he suddenly sneaked an arm out from behind the bench. Briskly snatches up one of the curry buns and downs it in one bite.
なるほど、こいつはうまい。すげえうまい。何よりカレーの味がする。空腹で起きたばかりの俺にはごちそうすぎますな。いや、ちょい腹にもたれるけど、そこは先輩の真心でイーブンってことで。
Ariko goof off heartily. These guys saw me and Ciel Senpai together and snuck up on us.
アリヒコ、お前なんでそう人の邪魔をすることばかりに長けているんだ。前世からの呪いなのか、それともそういう生き物なのか。
抜けがけはなしですよ、お客さん。一人で美味しい目見ようったってそうはいかねえ。つーかランチなら俺も混ぜろよ。昨日席譲ってやったんだから、今日は俺が譲られる番ですよね。
Ariko seems to have convinced himself that he has actually seen saving a seat for Senpai at lunch yesterday. It was quite a convenient memory.
すみません先輩、うちのクラスのバカが失礼を働きました。こんなことを言ってますけど、昨日は一応役に立ったんで同席させて。先輩、
Uh-oh. When I do...
残念ながら却下です。乾くんはそこで歯を食いしばってください。
Senpai slipped nimbly to her feet and adopted a fighter stance. Oh boy. Her left jab cuts through the air with a whoosh.
なんかどうに入ってらっしゃる
Taking that arc, I wouldn't call it a jab, but still. To us amateur, is geared is a flawless shadow boxing.
怒ってるぞアリヒコ。たかだかカレーパン一つつまみ食いされたぐらいで大人げないぐらい怒ってるぞあの人。
お、なんだこれ、冷や汗止まらねえよ。やばい、マジやばい。検圧で先輩が大きく見える。あ、今かすった。鼻先にジュってかすった。助けて、どうぞなんとかして先輩に謝って。
謝るのはお前だろ。寄るな、こっちに寄るな。俺まで犠牲者にするつもりか。
Pry myself away from the clinging Tsukihime A.
さすが当のナイス白状。すみません先輩。つまみ食いは出来心っつかノリっつか、こう先輩とランチするためのアプローチというかですね。
なるほど、この席に入りたかったと。ですがふさわしい入場券が見当たりませんね。ランチであれば何か食べ物を持ってくるべきでは。
オッケー、了解しました。急いで調達してきます。
Hariko sprints away at top speed. Seal Senpai sits back down on the bench if nothing had happened.
乾くんにも困ったものです。いただきますの言葉もなかったばかりか、一口で飲み込んでしまうなんて、食材への感謝の気持ちが足りません。もう大変華麗な感想を二度口にしたので、今回は特別に多めに見てあげますが。
What kind of show?
お待たせ。入場券買ってきましたぜ。
おお、
げ
Hariko returns after about 5 minutes. In his hands, he's carrying 2 bulging paper bags.
これ多すぎじゃ。
どうよ、あれだけ買い占めてみた。なんていうか、これだけあれば先輩も怒りを鎮めてくれると信じて。
As she must have really scared him back then. It must have been fear that only the person who was being targeted could feel.
いや、それにしても紙袋2つ分のカレーパンはやりすぎだ。皿に盛られたコロッケじゃあるまいし、これどうやって片付けるんだ。
食い切れなきゃ残せよ。多少は日持ちすんだから、明日の昼までの完食にすればいい。そういうわけで、はい先輩、さっきの謝罪とお昼を一緒にする袖の下っす。
これはご丁寧にありがとうございます。どうぞ乾くん、ベンチの方に。私は立っていますから。
何言ってんすか。先輩は座っててください。で、俺がいない間にどんな話してたんすか。学校終わったら遊びに行くとか。
その逆、学校の中の話。お前朝いなかったから富山の代わりに新しい先生が来たことも知らないだろ。もったいない。うちのクラスの連中が舞い上がってるぐらいの美人なのに。
何それ初耳。新しい先生って転校生みたいなもん。で、どんなタイプ。俺高圧的な女教師は趣味じゃねえんだけど。
いかにも去年まで研修生だったって感じでバリッバリの癒し系。 お前包容力のある年上が好きなんだろ。よかったな。好み通りの25歳だ。
やめて。25歳だけはやめて。姉貴と同い年じゃねえか。それだけは生理的に受け付けるんだよ俺。
おや、乾くん年上の女性が好みなんですか？
そうっすよ。年上はめんどくさくないし。いや、可愛ければめんどくさいのもありなんで、一つ下まではありですが。
ふむふむ、甘えるのも構うのも得意なわけですか。ところで遠野くんは年上範囲なんですか？
特に意識はしたことはないですけど、有彦ほど自由じゃないとは思います。
まった嘘くさい。なんか遠野からはお姉さん殺しの匂いがするんだよな。家庭教師とか主治医の娘さんとか、その手の話にはこと書かないんじゃねえの？
黙ってろ。いいから黙ってろ。そもそも家庭教師とか雇ったことないからな。
おお、では主治医の娘さんはあるんですか？
ありますけど、面識だけです。シエル先輩も有彦のヨタ話に乗らないでください。
ヨタ話じゃないけどな。事実だけどな。実際抜け駆けして年上の先輩とランチしてたじゃないですか。
ですよね。遠野くんがあんまりにも無防備にひょこひょこ歩いていたので、私もつい誘われてしまったのです。なんというか、雪原でウサギに会ったような気分でした。
はあ、まあ実際はウサギの皮をかぶった冷血生物なんですけどね、こいつ。クモとかサソリとかあの手の機械っぽい生き物。
Senpai and Eriko laugh together. I want to object, but I'm afraid I'll end up bringing unnecessary trouble upon myself, so I stay silent. And so, the number of caribou steadily dwindles. I would like to grant my early comment about the croquette on a plate. The mountain of fried bun is now being consumed as easily as a light snack. There are less than 20 minutes left before the end of lunch. There will be the fate of these caravans. Our conversation continues right up until the end of the lunch break. Hariko and and I will talk about stupid things. Seal Senpai will give her opinion, and the conversation will start all over again. We are also running out of curry buns. Such a purposeless and extremely ordinary moment passes like a flowing sound.
おっと、そろそろ頭が痛くなってきた。腹も膨れ。いや待って。何も食べてないような、食べられなかったような。まいか。眠くなってきたんで保健室に逃げ込みますわ。じゃあな先輩、今度は俺と二人っきりでお願いします。
Ariko runs off to the infirmary, seemingly fully intent of skipping afternoon classes as well.
やれやれ、注意するべきなんでしょうけど、不思議と乾くんには甘くなってしまいますね。これも人徳なのでしょうか。
Ciel stares at Enrico in expiration until he disappears from the courtyard.
あいつ必要最低限のことはきっちりこなしてますからね。事故の不始末は自分で片付けるやつだし、先輩も信頼して放任してるんじゃないですか。
なるほど、確かにそんな気はします。付き合いが長いだけあってよく分かっているんですね、乾くんのこと。
ただの腐れ縁です。先輩だってすぐに分かりますよ。あいつ突き抜けたアホだから。
Although I am bad-mouthing, Senpai keeps on smiling gently.
何ですかその含み笑い。
いえいえ、遠野くんが笑っているものですから、私もつられて笑っているんです。今日のは楽しい時間でしたね。
I only noticed my smile after she said that. She's right. There was a moment I should treasure. Come to think of it, I've never spent time hanging around in the courtyard, acting like a normal student before.
そうですね。ちょっと楽しかったです。あんまり中庭に出たことがなかったから。ああ、でも前にもこんなことがあったような。シエル先輩と会った時でしたっけ。
I think back to when I first met Senpai. She was...
ええ、こんな出来事ならたくさんありました。きっと数えきれないぐらい。
She replies with a sincere smile. It's after school now. I didn't suffer from any anemic episode today, and the reminder of the afternoon passes peacefully, at least as far as I was concerned. However, a novel virus spread like a wildfire through the classroom, and up until a moment ago, the atmosphere in here was heavy with unrest. The girls have dubbed the disease affecting the boys Noel fever, alternatively called Noel measles. The conflict between the boys who were delirious with Noel fever and the girls who looked down coldly on the whole affair did even pause for lunch. Their battle seems set to split over into tomorrow. On the other hand, the boys who didn't catch Noel fever were praised by the girls' group, by branded as impotent traitors, inappropriate fond of little girls by the boys' group. The whole thing seems rather silly. What?
確かにあんまりいないタイプの美人だけどな、ノエル先生。
Even so, I don't understand why everyone is so crazy about her. You will soon. I can tell. If you are talking beauty, Akia is way more. What?
ああ、いたいた。ちょっといい、しきくん。
Speaks of the devil. Here's the very woman at the heart of all the commission, of this commotion.
あら、口から心臓でも吐き出しそうな顔なのね。何かいけないことでも考えていたのかしら？
Well, kinda he was.
いえ、そういうわけでは決して。それより何でしょうか、ノエル先生。
Swallowing the guilt of comparing Noel Sensei to Akiha, I tried my best to calmly change the subject. However, she smiled like she can see right through me.
ノエル先生という響きはいいものね。先輩って呼ばれるよりずっといいわ。日本にはまだ慣れていなくて不安だったけど、あなたみたいに純朴な子に先生って呼ばれるのは癖になりそう。背徳的でちょっとドキドキしちゃうもの。
ノエル先生、ちょっと近いんですけど。
気にしないで。というか、こういう時は鈍いふりをして黙っているものよ。ほら、ね、私の首筋綺麗でしょ？
Teacher? Is it my nerves or the magic of the setting sun? Her voice slips into my ear, not from the front, but from the right behind me, as if she were whispering directly to me.
そう警戒しないで。ただ指と指を重ねるだけ。体温を伝えるだけ。私の体を預けるだけ。
Teacher? Please?
そう。あなたに私を食べてもらいたいだけ。
Maybe she wants to test us if we are the vampire? Her breathing comes closer, her legs tangled together. She wraps her arm around my back, as if to block my escape. Before me, I see the strangely captivating smooth neck of a woman. Yes, she's showing us her neck.
ほら、心音だけでとろけてしまうでしょ。だから忘れて。あなたを忘れて。邪魔なものは全部取ってしまえばいいの。その建前も、そのメガネも。
Who are you? The instant they do, my body recoils with fear simply as the thought of seeing.
なんて、新任記念の冗談でした。
I'm gonna sue you for sexual harassment, lady.
日本風に言うと、ちょっとしたスキンシップじゃなくて名刺交換？どっちにしてもまだまだ形だけの付き合いってことね、私たち。
冗談って、ノエル先生。
I don't think that's the right word for that, for what just happened. That's going way too far for a joke, especially when you consider she's a teacher.
そもそ
And I am a
も今日
minor.
は何なんですか？俺を探してたような口ぶりでしたけど。
おお、それはもういいの。ちょっと手伝ってもらいたいことがあっただけ。それももう終わったわ。 それじゃあさようならしきくん。富山先生みたいにならないよう気をつけて帰ってね。
Noel Sensei waves at her hand as she walks. I can't stop thinking about what she said. Yeah, I think she knows something about the vampire who slaughtered the sensei. But asking her seems also like a dangerous route to go to. Whatever.
ノエル先生。
Stop her. I can stop thinking about it.
富山先生みたいにってどんなです？
New teacher who came to take Toyama sensei's place placed her index finger gently over her mouth.
富山先生はね、昨日お亡くなりになったのよ。公園の外れで体の半分が焼け落ちていたんだって。
Oh. Her voice is light and lilting, in stark contrast to the meaning of her words. Hello? I leave the school. The left side of my neck hurts slightly, almost if I were scratched by someone or something. I don't have anything to do, so I'll... Another one. And so I'm going down to a dangerous route. I'm gonna hit the first bad ending. I'll stop by somewhere else on my way home. It's not that I don't want to go back, it's just going to take some time to get used to the luxurious mansion. Maybe I'll visit Arikiro's house, or swing by the bookstore in the station. Wherever I end up going, so long as I keep it under an hour, I ought to be able to make it home before curfew. The back of my neck feels strangely hot. It's becoming swollen and numb. I wonder, maybe that's the reason why I felt like I've lost track of where I was going. was just a bad idea. A night spilled across the city like leaking water. The hustle and bustle is incomparable to that of the morning. The headlight of cars pass by. Crowds of people are disgorged, and then swallowed up again by the station. There aren't many school uniforms to be seen now. The people striding up and down the street are wearing all manner of clothing. I stand up from my seat on the beach bench. It's about time I get going. Despite having no reason to go there, I turn my head downtown. I duck into a side street of the main drag. It's less a street than it's a blind spot between buildings. There are no people here, no noise, no sign of life. There is only a rustling sound emanating from deep within the alley. The light from the vending machine is blinding. The superfluous trapping of modern civilization, incongruous with this place. They are too dazzling, so I walk past them. I proceed into the gloomier, more fitting darkness of night, towards the narrower, more secluded darkness. I put a hand on the rusty iron fence. If I open it and go deep enough, I'm sure I'll find...
ちょっとそこの人
Am I hypnotized or something? Someone stops me in my tracks. I'm still slightly dizzy, but I've returned to my senses. I don't know what's going on. Why did I come here? Well, I was trying to continue into the depths.
すみません100円持ってませんか
When I turn around, I see an unfamiliar girl in front of the vending machine. She's standing there in a way that screams, I've been trying to buy some juice, but I'm stuck without any changes. Perhaps because I felt guilty about trying to go deeper into the alleyway, I just quit to go with the flow and hand over 100 yen.
どうも助かりました
Inserts the 100 yen into the vending machine and presses the button. The girl picks up the can spat out by the machine. She frowns, looking disappointed.
こんな時間に散歩とかのんきですねお家の人待ってるんじゃないですか
ああ
I look at my phone. The clock mercilessly reported it's 7:40 p.m. Crap, I only have 20 minutes left before curfew. Thank you for saving us. Panicking, I start to dash out of the hallway. But then,
待ってください
she stops me again.
何？悪いけど急いで。
She threw the can of juice at me. Flustered, I managed to catch it, but isn't this the one she bought?
それあげます。
なんで？
Vampire Slayer.
どれも飲めない味でした。
Sounding displeased, she brusquely walks past me.
いや、呆れてる場合じゃない。
I need to get a move on too. I break into a run. Failing to make it back to the by curfew one day, one will be disastrous, not just as an older brother, but as a human being. No matter what it takes, I need to get back to the mansion before the family heads lightning strikes me down.
Ta- ただいま。
I opened and closed the front door as quietly as I can, and discreetly entered the lobby, announcing my return in a voice that is neither too loud nor too quiet. It's 8 o'clock, or was 1 minute ago. Yeah, I was just thinking. Like, he will return and he will be scolded for like being 1 minute or 2 minutes late. I ran as fast as I could from the front of the station and just barely made it in time, but honestly, it was so hard that I feel like throwing up. They sloped in too much for my heart. It was fine on the way to school because it was downhill, but I forgot that I would be uphill on the way back.
お帰りなさいませ、四季様。お疲れとは存じますが、お部屋に戻る前に執務室においでください。明葉様からお話があるとのことです。
執務室ですか。
If Aki has taken the trouble to call me into her office, it isn't hard to guess what she's in an incredible foul mood.
寄り道をするのは金銭に余裕があるからでしょう。今回の罰として兄さんの月々の交友費を2割ほど減らすことにします。
And there you have it. My sentence was handed down the instant I entered her office. I didn't even have a chance to plead my case. Wait, I hadn't thought about that. I guess I'll be receiving my monthly allowance from Akia from now on, and to think it's already been reduced. You can rejoice, father. Akia grew up to be a even stricter family head than you.
でもそれはないだろう。俺は門限は守ったんだぞ。まあ日が暮れる前にってのは守れなかったけど。
あら、それは意外でした。私と約束を交わした自覚はあったんですね。
いやー、それがつい忘れてたみたいで。
兄さん、私も言い忘れていました。罰の追加として今夜の夕食は抜きとします。
あっ、
How evil. What a tyrant. she's being a day harsh even though I made it back in time, I shudder to think what would happen to me if I'd broken curfew. I think I'll stop it for here for a bit. I will continue later. Bye guys.